My name is Bill Bosse. My family owns the Evansville Otters, members of the Frontier League, a minor league professional baseball team in the Midwest. And we've owned the team since 2001. The team's been here since 1995. A League of Their Own was filmed in Bosse Field in 1991, 20 years ago. And this was the home of the fictional team, the racing, the remnants of the movie around the ballpark, which is now 96 years old. Bosse Field was built in 1915, and as far as we know, it's the third oldest ballpark actively used in the country behind Wrigley Field and Fenway Park. But it was ideal for the movie because it was so close to Huntingburg. League Park in Huntingburg served as the home of the other team, so it was an hour apart for filming purposes, so that worked out very well. Ballparks in the country, and at the time, 1991, it was vacant. We had a AAA team here which left in 1984 after that season and didn't have professional baseball again until 1995. So it was readily available for the movie, and it accommodated 5,000 people. And on some days, and they were brutally hot, but the stands were full, and the people had to wear old-fashioned garb. So you saw them in wool and hats, and it was brutally hot. And at times, Tom Hanks would come out and entertain the fans because they were long, long days. They'd get here early and stay until dusk, wearing those costumes and makeup. So Tom would come out and entertain. Madonna would come out and entertain. There was a band here. I've seen photos of the workers spraying the crowd with a hose just to keep them somewhat cool. So it was a tough job, but people flocked to this ballpark just to be around the excitement. Summer, because the stars, and that included Tom Hanks and Madonna, Laurie Petty, Gene Davis, they stayed in local homes. Usually people who rented out their homes, and often you'd hear of a Madonna sighting or a Tom Hanks sighting in a restaurant. I know of people in businesses that still have the checks that the stars wrote to pay for their meals. There's one from Tom Hanks hanging up out on the west side at a small cafe out there. But it was a memorable summer, and I think the attraction of those big names in Evansville just overwhelmed the city. And people still come to this facility 20 years later because they've seen the ballpark in the movies. Often some of our players, we have a professional minor league team here, they'll know of Bosse Field because they watched A League of Their Own. So the legacy lives on, and Evansville still, I think, benefits by people who travel here just to say they've seen a baseball game at the third oldest ballpark in the country. Today we host a Frontier League team. It's been here since 1995, so it's very well established. It's a minor league team. It's an independent team. It's not affiliated with any particular major league organization, so we don't have a class. It's not an A team or a AA team, or as we had here, a AAA team for 15 years. There have been many great players who came through Bosse Field. We were affiliated in the 50s with the Braves. We had the Evansville Braves. They were affiliated with the Boston and then Milwaukee Braves. And in the 60s, we had an affiliate here of the Chicago White Sox. When AAA baseball returned in 1970, the Minnesota Twins put their minor league team at the AAA level here. We were members of the American Association, and that affiliation then switched to Milwaukee and ultimately to Detroit, and many of the players on Detroit's World Series champions in 1984 came through Evansville. We were without baseball until '95. We've had it now since '95 as members of the Frontier League.